little scritchies.
Goober.
I love that you knew. You're like, I know those scratches.
Obviously.
She was mad at me because I was at Lucas's for like 3 days in a row. And then I was laying in bed. She was like,
How is she doing with Cassie? I feel like every time Cassie and I FaceTime, Cooper is in Cassie's room.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
They're best friends?
Yeah. Cassie likes having her there, I think.
Yeah.
Which is good. Good for me because I hate leaving her, but it's nice that
you have someone at the house.
Yeah. I still cry like every weekend that I have to leave her.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do. You think I'm not lying about that.
You cry?
Yeah, ask Lucas.
Okay. Oh, also, Lucas, if you're watching this, I heard you had a sick tummy this weekend.
You won't be watching it, but
after all his judgment to me about my immune system, I cannot wait until you have children.
Yeah, we went to Flores and Pine for Lucas's birthday, Jamie. And his dad's chair like collapsed underneath him, and he's not a big guy. And he like
that is mortifying.
And then like backwards somersaulted, and then kicked the table, and a glass of water spilled all over his mom, and she had to go home with the feet.
Sounds like a Looney
like
Tunes
a
episode.
sketch, yeah.
Yeah. And then we all got sick, so it was not a good experience. I think from the food.
I think it's just the Makar immune system is not very strong. So
also, he can't spell climb, so like, let's get off our high horse.
I didn't know what a carotid artery is.
Right, exactly.
Carotid?
Good God.
That's rough. Shall we?
Yeah, I think so. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
I'm Jamie.
And I'm Jessica.
And welcome to A Court of Books and Babes,
a podcast where two best friends review, react to, and rate our, and soon to be your, favorite fantasy books.
Before we press play, consider this your spoiler warning. We're opening with 0 restrictions. We're pulling threads from ACOTAR, Throne of Glass, and Crescent City because the worlds overlap, the themes echo, and we're absolutely saying the quiet things out loud. If a title gets mentioned in this next section, it's on the menu.
But don't worry, babes. We'll keep our non-Maasverse spoilers limited to the beginning of the pod, where we'll spill the tea surreal style on what else we're reading. If your TBR isn't caught up with ours, just skip ahead. Okay. Tell me everything without telling me anything.
Oh my God, I've been reading Up a Storm. What did I finish? Yes, I finished One Dark Window, the full series.
Yeah. Oh, and Twisted
Did I finish Twisted Crowns last time?
I don't think so. I think you were close.
But I did finish it. I also finished Starside.
Oh my God.
It was like a ride.
Ooh.
It was so good. The MMC is so grouchy. And it is like an intense burn for basically the entire book.
Is it a standalone?
No. So then it ended on a cliffhanger. And I was like, frick. And it just came out. So it's like a year, I'm sure, at least, until I get the next one. But it was wild. Ooh. It was good. It was like Lord of the Rings meets Hunger Games meets Narnia.
Interesting.
It was awesome. I loved it. And I read it in like 4 days.
Wow.
It was so good.
How big was it?
Like 500 pages.
Okay. Standard.
Yeah. But then I started now Crown Me Dead.
Okay.
It's by the same author that did Feathers So Vicious. It's a duology. The Heartstrings duology is called. Okay. So it's Crown Me Dead and Crown Me Yours. And it is spooky. So the FMC is a grave digger.
Okay.
But also she does embalming. They basically handle everyone that dies.
Right.
And there's this rot. This gives nothing away because it's right at the beginning of the book.
Okay.
And there's this rot that's in the kingdom, and it's killing everyone. And anyways, and then this guy comes again, first 5 chapters. So, and he makes her a deal, and things ensue.
Interesting.
I imagine it will be quite dark, but it's good so far.
I mean, it sounds so cheery, so I'm not sure why you think it's going to take a dark turn. It's like the grave digging.
They open and it's
the title.
The mom, the brother, and the sister all work in this funeral home business, I guess you would call it almost.
It's kind of similar to anathema.
Yes. And it's about, and like they talk about like there's a spoon to scoop out the eyeballs, and like they sew the mouth shut. So like if there's maggots living in the body from the rot, they can't like crawl out when the viewing's happening.
Gross.
Oh, it's so gross, but it's so good.
Interesting.
It is very anathema vibes, except it kind of reminds me of like England maybe during the plague.
Okay.
Like that vibe.
Yeah.
Like I imagine everything's like black and like gray and really like
everything's monochrome. There's no color.
Yes, in my imagination, truly.
That was kind of how Alchemized felt to me until we went back in time. Like the present day felt like monochrome.
Yeah. So that.
Are you gonna do Feathers So Vicious?
I don't know. This one's short. It's like 200-300 page books, so I think I'll finish it. Hopefully
and then decide.
Then decide. But everyone's been like a buzz about these two. Like Book Talk is losing their minds.
I haven't heard about them.
Also, I guess there's no with people have problems with Feathers So Vicious because there's a lot of non-consent, I guess.
Yep.
And so this does not have that apparently.
Oh, okay. So people that found that troubling can still read this author if they enjoyed the writing style of Feathers So Vicious.
Yes, I think so.
Gotcha. Okay. Let me know.
I will.
Momo, don't. She's going to knock over your Dr. Pepper.
Like,
the lid is on, thank God, for Jamie's rug. But
it's like, I'm doing it.
Tick, 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 tick.
Momo?
Did you finish Frankenstein?
No, I have made no progress, actually. I'm busy single-handedly putting in a patio into my backyard with my time off. Everyone's like, where are you going for your vacation? Like, 9 inches down. That's it.
Oh, my patio door.
When I was talking to Andrew about it, he was like, how deep do you have to dig? I was like, 9 inches. So, average.
A little below average.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I haven't made any progress on Frankenstein. I have started Poison Daughter.
Oh my God, it's so freaking good.
Yeah, I'm already like 250 pages.
I know. It is a ride.
I will say the editing could have been better. There's like, the editing could have been a little bit better. And the MMC, I'm like, sometimes he feels not super broody and he feels kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, Henry. He's an odd one trying to pin down. And then other times
say his vibe is broody.
But then like other times
like teasy.
Yes, which I like.
Chuckly.
But then there are times where he's like, you don't even know what I've done and what I've been like. And I'm like, okay, are you morally gray or are you like, it's interesting. So anyway, I'm like, what would that be? Maybe a third of the way through.
Okay. What part are you in?
They are about to have their like wedding ceremony.
Oh, hot dog. That's a good part.
Yeah, I'm excited. So I'm really liking it. Yes. Yeah. And I have not read on standalone since Alchemized. So.
Oh, it's so good. At the end, like I kind of almost wish it was a duology because I would have liked to live in that world longer.
Right. You were really enjoying it. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm reading. I also think I'm going to start on audiobook tonight, Fury Bound.
Ooh.
Because it's out and I'm like, was waiting for my Audible credit to show up and it's here. And so I'm like, I think I'm going to start that. But I do want to finish Frankenstein. I brought it. Look at this.
It is so beautiful.
Oh, she's stunning with the gold sprayed. I'm showing on camera for those of you that are watching, but I wanted to see if I could find the very
or not so
exactly. So give me just 1 second.
We talked about Blood and Ash getting a TV show.
I thought we did. Didn't we?
We talked about it before, but is it confirmed?
It is confirmed.
What network?
Sony.
Who will play Castile?
Have not casted.
Because he's another one.
But
actually, isn't he blonde? Dirty blonde hair? Or does he have dark hair? And I'm like, no, he's blonde. Do you think he's blonde or dark hair?
I thought he had dirty blonde hair. Castile.
Mhm.
And then
Kieran.
I was re-listening to our episodes and the part where we were talking and I was like, so Cass or Kieran? And you were like, oh.
It's so hard to decide.
His vibe of like, what did you say? It's like, it's just your body.
Yeah.
Like, whatever. It's like, you're right. It is just your body. Yeah, he's gorgeous. Okay, I did find one of the quotes. There were a few, but this is when Frankenstein's, I do it too. Frankenstein's creation, the monster, is talking to Dr. Frankenstein and telling sort of his tale. And he's asking Dr. Frankenstein to make him a companion. And so he says,
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes. And so Dr. Frankenstein is saying, quote, you swear I said to be harmless, but have you not already shown a degree of malice that should reasonably make me distrust you? May not even this be a feint that will increase your triumph by affording a wider scope for your revenge? And so, because he, at this point, Frankenstein's monster has killed a child, just because he was mad. Yeah. And then went and like set like a cottage on fire and like, anyway. So then Frankenstein's monster says,
he has some emotional control issues.
How is this? I must not be trifled with, and I demand an answer. If I have no ties and no affections, hatred and vice must be my portion. The love of another will destroy the cause of my crimes, and I shall become a thing of whose existence everyone will be ignorant. My vices are the children of a forced solitude that I abhor, and my virtues will necessarily arise when I live in communion with an equal. I shall feel the affections of a sensitive being and become linked to the chain of existence and events from which I am now excluded. So he is saying there that if I don't have a companion, if I don't have a woman, then hatred and vice are what I will like, basically, like, I will burn the world around me. And
no pressure on this woman, though.
Yes, the love of another destroys the cause of my crimes. So it's interesting when we think about the manosphere and some of the language coming from incels around the world's problems have to do with women not choosing to be with men, because more and more that is something that we're seeing, is that women are saying, if I can't find a man that I feel like is going to make my life better, then I'm just not going to be with one. And so he is saying that that is the cause of his murdering a child.
Of his like rage. And
it was really interesting.
He's not responsible for his own actions, basically.
He's not responsible for his own actions, and that it is because he has not had a woman. And that having a woman will make him a better person. He will suddenly be everything that's good in this world, and it will... I mean,
they're not wrong, but like, shouldn't be our job to do that.
It was so...
But it is true.
It was fascinating because the movie, and I'm not done. I've got about like a little less than a quarter left. The movie, your sympathies really lie with Frankenstein's monster. And I would say my sympathies were lying with his monster. And then as he starts spinning his tale less and less, like a little more in some ways and then a little less in others. It was really interesting. So I'll let you know as I finish it if that changes as well.
Yeah, the movie, I was like, oh, poor Frankenstein.
I know. Sorry, that took forever. Yeah, it was very good. Allie, where are you at with Silver Flames?
Oh. Thea's pregnant, surprise.
Oh my god, you had no idea.
Yes. And Nesta is going to go to wherever, can't remember. They wanted Aline to go, Nesta's going to scry and try and find the cauldron. Or something.
Not the cauldron. Really?
Don't remember.
The Dread Trove?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm like, the cauldron is back? Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure we know where the cauldron is.
She's going to scry to try and find some of the items from the Dread Trove before Brylan can get them.
Brylan?
The queen.
I'm like, who's Brylan?
Jessica. Yes. I mean, we're rereading it in a bit. So
yeah. And then her and Cassian just had SEX for the first time.
Okay. I think we can say sex on this podcast.
It is rated R.
Listen accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, this is just sex. I'm like, oh,
Right.
sure.
Right.
So,
And it's like Cassian leaves her room afterwards.
hasn't gotten there yet.
You said that they had sex.
I'm on that chapter. Like,
Oh, like they're actively.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
And you stopped reading?
Right.
Like,
yes. What
hello?
is wrong with you?
What do you mean you didn't finish?
I'll just put this down now. Said no one ever.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right with that.
Fun. How far into the book are you? Like,
I think I'm like a third of the way.
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking in my head.
There's that.
TikTok.
I know.
We're catching up. We're breathing down your neck.
I go to Virginia next week so that I can read it on my flight.
Good idea.
And then I have like 9 hours and then layover, so I'm like, that'll be my time to catch up.
Yes.
Mhm.
Good.
So,
Fun.
Yeah.
I think you're almost at the lake, which is one of my most memorable scenes for me
And
of the
spooky.
entire ACOTAR series.
Agreed.
When you were going to have your, when we were talking about the themed party, that's why I was going to go as is Nesta at that lake. Because I was like, hardcore.
Except.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Lucas and I bought Project Hail Mary, so we're gonna read that.
Oh, that's the one they made the movie out of with Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
We want to watch the movie, but then we were like, oh, we'll read the book.
Read the book
So I
first?
read the story the other day and got
Oh,
that.
nice.
So that one I have to finish this and then we'll start it. But he still hasn't even finished the first Harry Potter book, so I don't know. This guy's
Him and Will, hey? Like,
Yeah.
Struggling.
Come on. Harry Potter.
I can't wait to read Harry Potter, reread Harry Potter with
says
the
the girl
kids.
who put down the first sex scene with
With
Cassian.
Cassian.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So
I don't even know what to say.
Lucas's brothers and sisters-in-law, they like love Harry Potter, so we do Harry Potter nights. But the two girls, the two sisters-in-law, they haven't read it.
They've just seen the movies.
They've just seen the movies. So then Ash, who watches the podcast, hi Ash, was saying that she was like, oh, I should really read them. And I was like, no, you should wait until Grace, her daughter, is old enough to read them and then read them for the first time
Oh
with
my
her.
God.
Yeah.
You have to be careful though, like, because you need to kind of do it like
At a kid's pace.
yeah, because like the books age as because we were the age, of Harry when you were like maybe a smooch older, but like
Yeah, it was
when
like
they
late teens, early 20s.
but like when they came out, I was like 13. Sarah, I think, was like prime 11.
Yeah.
So she was Harry's age. And so then the books get darker every year. A new book was released.
Yeah.
So like if you want to read the books, you can't read all of them in 1 year with your 11-year-old.
Gotta wait.
And then Cedric Diggory. It's like, yeah.
That's so sad.
Mm.
Anyway.
Nice.
All right.
Shall we?
Yep.
It
Let's get on it.
is time to talk lore, lust, and loose morals as we unpack adventures, escape to new worlds, and of course, swoon over our best book boyfriends.
Chapters 69 through 74 of A Court of Wings and Ruin are operating on pure panic, blind faith, and whatever energy people access right before they make life-altering decisions. The battle scenes are so intense you can practically hear the collective screaming through the page. Babes, we are entering the portion of the book where SJM starts swinging emotionally like she has a personal vendetta against our well-being.
Mean.
I know. Not cool.
Oh, keep going. Line. Haven't done that one in a while. This podcast has all of our favorite R words: romance, racy, risque, and of course,
RHYSAND.
as such, it is rated R. Please listen accordingly.
We'll kick off every episode with Babes Between the Lines
Where we read what's written, obsess over what isn't.
and dig past the dialogue so you don't miss the magic, motives, or mistakes.
Every time I say where we read, like every time I'm like, where we read.
Oh, tiny.
She's Toby?
I know, I got her belly.
Oh.
It's so soft and fluffy.
I know. She is the softest cat.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, yes, tell me more about that.
Tell me more about how perfect I am.
Oh, you perfect.
Perfect.
As well.
Perfect.
Chapter 69. We open with the mortal lands looking exactly how you would expect after Hybern rolled through with the subtlety of a wrecking ball. Burned fields, ruined homes, devastation everywhere. And when Feyre sees what's left of the Archeron estate, 2/3 burned, the rest barely standing, it becomes painfully obvious this was personal.
Mm-hmm.
Hybern is not just trying to win a war anymore. He's sending a message to the Archeron sisters specifically. Meanwhile, the logistical nightmare that is organizing several massive armies with completely different fighting styles is becoming a problem. The Illyrians are restless, angry, and looking for literally any excuse to start a fight. Devlin is barely holding things together. Cassian has already shut down multiple near mutinies in the span of a few hours. And the vibes are, medically speaking, off.
Medically speaking.
Then during a quick stop, we get the sisters gearing up for battle. Feyre and Nesta step fully into fighting mode, strapping on leathers and weapons, while Elaine takes one look at the skin-tight battle outfit and says, absolutely not. Respectfully, she chooses a winter court outfit with a little more fabric and significantly less I'm about to do parkour in leather pants.
I kind of respect that.
Yeah, she's like, no, I'm not comfortable showing my body.
Yeah, that she's like, this is like, I can still be there and be supportive to whatever extent I'm able, which is, I mean,
not a lot.
Well, we'll get there. But like that she, draws that line and finds a way to respect herself while still being supportive.
Mm-hmm.
Point
Stay
Elaine.
true to who she is.
Yep.
All right. I'll allow it.
If you must.
Yeah. Cassian offers Elaine a dagger like Nesta's. Elaine refuses. Then Azriel steps forward. This scene. Bookmark it, annotate it, circle it in red, because Azriel, who is currently benched from battle after Rhys forbade him, Cassian refused him and more basically emotionally blackmailed him into resting. He offers Elaine, truth teller. Quote, the obsidian hilted blade in Azriel's scarred hand, the runes on the dark scabbard. That's right. Yeah. Feyre immediately wonders how often Azriel lends out his blade. The answer, never. Not once. Not to anyone. Never. Interesting.
Especially when we know about Crescent City and...
Please hold while the fandom collectively loses its mind in 12 different directions. Hey, there's so many things from this that we're talking about in Hot Takes, Theories, and Thirst.
Yes.
Barely take it. Okay. Azriel. Then we get one of the most emotional, I may cry, the most emotional scenes in the entire book. And honestly, this chapter has no business attacking us like this in the middle of a war.
I'm like, what happens?
Quote, our family, our court, the court of dreams. Oh no. And then Rhys starts speaking about each member of the inner circle. And excuse me while I dissolve to puddle on the floor.
Aww.
I don't even know how to get through it. If I had not met an Illyrian warrior in training, I would not have known the true depths of strength, of resilience, of honor, and loyalty. I can't take it. It's so sweet. If I had not met a shadow singer, I would not have known that it is the family you make, not the one you were born into, that matters. Rhys, his speeches are good.
Yeah, very poetic.
If I had not met my cousin, I would never have learned that light can be found even in the darkest hells. If I had not met a tiny monster who hoards jewels more fiercely than a fire drake, my own power would have consumed me long ago. Sir, please. Some of us are trying to emotionally survive here.
I'm not doing so well.
Unwell. Then he gets to Feyre. Quote, and if I had not met my mate, he said down the bond, I would have waited 500 more years for you. 1,000. And if it was all the time we were allowed to have, the wait was worth it. I am actually unwell.
Allie, are you crying? Because you're a sympathetic crier. So I'm like...
You're such a
he loves everyone so much. Done with that now. The battlefield stretches out before them as Feyre and Rhys take it all in. And Cassian estimates they can maybe hold off Hybern's army for a few hours, while Feyre, Amren, Nesta, and Elaine search for the cauldron, which is deeply stressful considering the size of the enemy army currently waiting for them. And as everyone lines up for battle, not in the fun Beyonce formation way, Feyre notices the court's distinguished by the colors of their armor: summer, winter, day, dawn, night. High fae, lesser fairies, peregrines, all standing together. But no autumn, no spring. Not suspicious at all. Hybern's forces remain eerily still. No one attacks first because this battle is not beginning with swords. Right. It begins with magic.
I thought this was so interesting when I first read it, that like no one jumps in and starts battling. It's that volleying back and forth.
Like Harry Potter in the last scene where they're all putting up the spells.
Yes.
I cried at that part too.
Yeah. Sorry, what does he do, Allie?
His voice is has a different timbre, but Feyre feels it pressing against her, both armies straining as shields start weakening on either side, until finally they fall, and Feyre's glamour vanishes with them, revealing standing at the front lines beside her, quote, the bone carver, and the living nest of shadows that was Bryaxis. I'm sorry. Imagine being like the Hybern soldiers at the front of this and like seeing that emerge from the fog. It'd be like
terrifying.
Like immediately turn and run.
Like front line, you're like, well, it's been nice.
You're like, I guess this is how I die.
R.I.P. God bless.
Rhys, meanwhile, is stunned because he does not know what Feyre saw in the Ouroboros.
Oh, and that's right.
Yeah. And Feyre finally explains, quote, every horrific, cruel, and selfish thing I'd beheld within that monster within me. I understood what the surreal had meant. Only I could allow the bad to break me. Only I could own it, embrace it. And when I learned that, the Ouroboros had yielded to me. This reminds me so much of Aelin. Which, like, you do not yield. Like,
do not yield.
And, like, oh, I could cry talking about that. I can't take it. That part is so...
Steph and I were talking about that today, Throne of Glass, and talking about what sections made us cry, because her husband Tyler is reading it, and he right now is doing he's doing a tandem read of Tower of Dawn and is it Empire of Storms?
They're right behind us. Let's have a looky-loo.
Tower of Dawn.
Yep.
Yeah, Empire of Storms. And I said, not Assassin's Blade, Kingdom of Ash last book got me like 3 different times.
Oh my God, that book.
So good.
I'm still unwell from that.
Why are you crying, Fireheart?
Get it off.
Oh, I was a wreck.
And that right there is the entire point. Feyre did not conquer the darkness by pretending it did not exist. She survived by accepting all of herself, the rage, the violence, the fear, the grief, and choosing what to do with it. Which is beautiful for about 5 seconds before Rhys casually reveals he also brought a death god to the battlefield.
He's like, hey, me too!
Because Stryga appears wearing a pale blue jewel around her neck. So, matching gifts. Because they talk about it, how like, it's either... He says something about like, oh, I didn't get you a gift for like blah, blah, blah. I forget what the holiday was.
The
or
Christmas one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, Stryga's your gift. And she's like, oh, I got you the bone carver.
Right. Funny.
Truly the most horrifying love language imaginable. Death gods.
Here's a monster. I got you one too.
And then, babes, the deadly trio unleash themselves on Hybern. Chapter 70. SJM wastes absolutely 0 time reminding us that war is horrifying. Bodies are literally dropping at the feet of the death gods. Soldiers are either drained empty or dying purely from terror of what they are seeing. Which, honestly, fair. If I saw Bryaxis slithering toward me out of a battlefield fog, I would simply perish on the spot.
A nest of shadows coming towards you? No.
No, thank you. Then comes the mist, red mist, and immediately after the Illyrians explode into the sky, siphons blazing, arrows raining down like death from above. This whole battle has officially crossed from organized warfare into nightmare fuel. Like, starts out like they got a plan, and it's like going well.
Yeah. Their first moves are like, ooh, 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 and then it's like, oh.
Hold on to that. Hybern's forces are struggling hard against the unholy little trio Feyre unleashed. Bryaxis, the Bone Carver, and the Weaver. Meanwhile, Prythian's own armies are also deeply uncomfortable standing this close to ancient death.
Yeah, no kidding, hey?
Yep, they're like,
are you sure they're on our side? Are you sure?
Yes. And then Feyre kind of like sees the 3 of them being like, hey, what about those guys? Like, they're close right there. I mean... And Feyre's like,
Yeah.
So Feyre links into their minds to make one thing very clear. Their own side is not food. The creatures obey, albeit reluctantly. Quote, I rallied every scrap of night and starlight and snarled at them to obey. I could have sworn an otherworldly, ungodly sense of self grumbled about it in response. Okay. What is that? Like, if we're thinking back to Crescent City, so she takes Night, which is obviously like her Night Corp, and Starlight, which Starlight is like the Starborn. Like, she pulls at all of them to like basically boss them around, but then like an ungodly sense of self, I thought was weird.
Is it them?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. In this moment, I was just like, what is she talking about? And like the otherworldly part too, which I thought tied to like the Starlight. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
And we're on Starlight Watch like every time we see it now. Yeah.
Yes.
Clue!
Then, just as the battlefield somehow becomes even more chaotic, a horn sounds in the distance. Also, speaking of things. And babes, autumn, spring, and human armies appear over the northern horizon.
Yay!
Okay, then, quote, out of a rip in the world, Eris appears behind them on the hill. Yes, a rip.
What?
With a horn. With the Autumn Court. The Autumn King has the horn originally because the Valbaran Fae had the horn.
Jamie.
I was like, there's something
Shut
here.
your mouth. Oh my
I
God.
know. I'm reading this. I'm like,
good catch. Stop.
I know.
They have the horn. So then where were they?
They have a horn. I don't know if it's
the
horn. But somehow it had to get from Perithian to Crescent City.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the Dread Trove.
Right. Interesting.
Because it is the Autumn King that's in charge of the Fae in Crescent City.
Yes.
And the Fae have the horn.
It was supposed to be theirs. Yeah.
Yes.
And then it was stolen. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Get out.
Just saying.
So good.
Baron and Tamlin are now leading their armies into battle while Jurian commands Grayson's forces. So I forgot that they actually came.
Grayson's forces.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So he like
I also forgot that.
clearly guilted him into that. He's like, your ancestors would roll in their graves or whatever he said. Because they fought together in the first war. Which is honestly the weirdest alliance lineup imaginable if you stop to think about it too long.
Seriously.
Yeah. Especially Baron, because he's almost a bit Hybern. Like, he doesn't like humans.
No.
At all. I mean, he doesn't want to kill them all, but, like, not a fan.
Yeah.
Baron immediately starts targeting Hybern's Faebane supplies, proving that, yes, Tamlin really was spying after all. Somewhere, Feyre is mentally replaying every interaction from the past 69 chapters, while the rest of us are trying to recover from emotional whiplash. She's like, shit.
Right.
I guess. Like, every time something happens where it was revealed that Tamlin, like, was telling the truth, she's like, fuck
me. Yeah. She herself is doing it. Damn it, Feyre.
Yeah, exactly. Not that we're sympathetic to Timlin.
To Timmy Tam.
To Timmy Tam or Tam Bam. But maybe they should have believed him. With Hybern distracted by the sudden arrival of several new armies and approximately 14 different disasters unfolding simultaneously, Feyre, Amren, Nesta, and Elaine try to slip away to search for the cauldron. The Weaver is casually carving a bloody path through the battlefield so the girls can sneak through a deeply horrifying but also weirdly efficient path.
This way, follow the gore.
Yes, exactly. But then everything changes. The cauldron stirs. Nesta feels it first. She doubles over onto the grass and starts heaving before she suddenly, quote, began screaming, not from pain, a name, Cassian.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over again. Amren reached for her, but Nesta roared, Cassian. I was going to yell, but I felt like that would be dramatic. This moment could be one of my favorites in the book.
I agree.
It is just like you can hear her scream and you know it's like blood curdling.
Yes.
And like the level of desperation in her voice is like unmatched.
Yes.
Oh, I have goosebumps.
You too.
Nesta knew before anyone else, before the blast, before the destruction, before Feyre even understood what was happening. She felt it. Then comes the white light, blinding, violent, catastrophic. Every shield on the battlefield shatters instantly. And then, quote, where 1,000 soldiers had been a heartbeat before, ashes rain down upon our foot soldiers. So, like, basically he wiped out most of the Illyrian army in the sky.
What a boom. Yeah.
The cauldron just erased them. 1,000 lives gone in seconds. Cassian immediately dives from the sky toward Nesta as she lies stiff and moaning on the ground, completely wrecked by whatever bond or instinct or terror connected her to that moment. I mean, he's already coming out of the sky as she's screaming, like that's why he gets missed. But anyhow. And before anyone can recover, the cauldron strikes again, this time taking something else, something devastating. The bone carver, with a smile on his face, is wiped from existence. Gone. Just like that. And suddenly the battlefield feels a whole lot less survivable.
Yeah, they're down one monster.
Already.
Yes.
It's been like 10 minutes.
Right.
Like, well,
there's all the Illyrians and, one of our trio.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. But it is actually very sweet in that moment because Feyre realizes what's going to happen and, like, looks at the bone carver. And she's like, I hope he gets to go to where, like, he thought death would take him. Because remember when they first meet, he's like, where did you go when you died?
Yes.
And he was, like,
very interested.
So curious.
Yeah.
And she's like, I hope he made it there. Yeah. And so when he died, it was like a smile on his face. And they talk about how they'll, like, someone will use a bone to carve his story onto the wall of the prison. And it's a bit touching. Chapter 71. Feyre feels the bargain disappear. Gone. With a shiver, she feels that tether vanish into darkness. No one answering at the other end anymore. So because of the bargain, she has a bond with Ryaxis and
the bone carver.
Did. Then Cassian lands beside Nesta hard enough to shake the earth itself. While all around them, the army scramble to reform their lines after the cauldron basically turned part of the battlefield into dust. Cassian. I still can't believe you stopped reading. I'm just like thinking about that in my mind. I'm like, I can't move on.
I read that book and it's huge. And I think I read it in 4 days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get in there.
What is happening? Does not compute. Meanwhile, Azriel has officially had enough of everyone treating him like a Victorian woman with weak lungs. Rhys tells him to stay.
He has consumption.
Yes. Rhys tells him to stay back. Azriel says, absolutely not. Quote, chain me to a tree, Rhys. Go ahead. I'll rip it out of the ground and fly with it on my damn back.
That's what Azriel says?
Yes.
Whoa.
Okay, then. Quiet for 500 years and then suddenly feral the second someone tells him to sit down. Discussion over, I guess.
All right. Okay. Well,
Nesta, meanwhile, is completely frozen in shock after sensing Cassian in danger. Cassian is watching her carefully while poor Elaine is fully throwing up in the grass.
Oh my God.
I mean, valid.
Yeah.
In this moment. Like, Elaine is a bit of a delicate flower. So,
or
like,
throwing up because the cauldron.
I think
it makes Nesta sick, doesn't it?
Yes. But Nesta took. So I think Nesta has more of like an adverse reaction to the cauldron, whereas Elaine kind of...
She was gifted.
Yeah, it like not makes her feel better, but like she's not... It's not mad at her. So it like treats her better. Like she doesn't have like these visceral reactions.
Yeah.
At least not yet to the cauldron. Like Nesta instantly always feels like she's like something bad is happening.
If the cauldron is evil because it was corrupted by the Daglin, and a la my theory about Elaine having a villain arc, what do we think about something evil?
Ooh, maybe Elaine's part of Styria.
I saw a theory on TikTok today that Ryaxis went into Elaine, and that starts her evil arc. But I'm sticking with my theory that it's in Nesta.
But Cultane isn't evil. If Cultane is Ryaxis.
If it's Cultane, which we love.
Yes, we do love that theory. I will hold on to that theory.
It's so good. It's so good.
It's so good.
I just am like, if the cauldron is evil, but Elaine is good, why would it like her? Wouldn't it like someone that it sees darkness in? If it's thinking of like gifting something?
It is inherently good though, like until it
But
was
it's
corrupted.
been corrupted.
So maybe it's like uncorrupted.
I don't know. I just had the thought as we were talking about. I know.
She's a bit like the Morgan. Like what?
What is going on?
Yes.
We're confused.
What is going on?
Yeah.
The girls are in no condition to continue searching for the cauldron. Like they made it 10 feet.
Right. They're like, I give up.
And Farah realizes this entire situation is rapidly becoming impossible because Farah Archeron's favorite hobby is volunteering herself for terrible plans. She briefly considers whether just her and Amryn could handle it alone. Farah, please. Then, before anyone can spiral too long into despair, another horn sounds. Ships. So many ships. An entire armada appears on the horizon, and the inner circle collectively realizes they are potentially super dead now because they can barely survive one army, let alone a surprise second one. Rhys turns to Farah, and you can feel the weight of what he thinks is coming next. If she cannot break the cauldron, if she cannot kill the king, if all of them are gone, she must run. She must survive to live to fight another day. And Farah immediately rejects the entire concept because these two do not do goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
She's like, I will bring Hybern to his knees if like it comes to that.
Yeah. You're not the boss of me.
Yep, pretty much. Still, everyone prepares for the worst. Azriel takes the northern flank, Cassian the south, and Farah thinks, quote, this was it. The last moments, the last time I would see them all. Okay, Miss Doom and Gloom. Like, come on, let's rally.
Pep talk.
Yeah. Because then Rhys recognizes the sound of those horns. He launches into the sky with Farah in his arms, Cassian and Nesta following moments later. There's actually a very cute line here where it's like Farah talks about Cassian and Nesta like flying up beside them. And she's like, because Nesta didn't want to feel left out, like she's like, take me up there right now.
Yes.
And he's like,
I love Nesta.
Yeah. So it was cute.
Yeah.
And there they are, the Seraphim, Dracon's Legion. Babes, I'm telling you, the emotional whiplash in these chapters is like concerning.
I know. I need a chiropractor appointment.
Like, as I'm reading it a second time, I'm thinking about the first time I read it, and I'm like,
yeah,
like it's bonkers, and you're just like along for the ride.
Yeah, hanging on for dear life.
Yes, exactly. And the Armada, it belongs to Miriam's people. We won. Well, we won something. Finally, after approximately 700 pages of stress.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yes.
A minute reprieve.
Dracon himself appears, and naturally he's absurdly attractive because apparently ugly is not a thing in Perithian.
No.
Tan skin, dark hair, heroic entrance. Standard. After a few quick explanations and Rhys getting emotional, seeing his old friends alive and well, Dracon very reasonably points out, quote, should we assist you or just flap here talking? And I'm like, yeah, thank you. Finally.
A man with a plan. He's like, let's go.
Like, let's catch up later.
Yes.
We're in this.
Right. How are you? No, how are
We'll
you?
circle back after we've like decimated Hybern's army.
Yeah. Yeah.
As I'm reading this, I'm like, like it's 2 pages of chit chat. I'm like, what is happening?
Okay, we don't need to boil the ocean here, folks. Let's go.
Then comes the reveal that honestly hits harder than half the battle scenes in this book. Rhys asks who brought them, who found them. And Dracon says, a friend of yours, I think. Enter Papa Archeron, Prince of Merchants. I'm sorry. This man really disappeared for most of the series, only to sail back into the narrative commanding an armada named after his daughters. We will consider this an application for his redemption. Dracon continues, quote, he told me that he's got 3 daughters who live here, that he failed them for many years, but he would not fail them this time. Because immediately Farah thinks, oh, Lucian found them because he can see through glamours, and Dracon and Miriam's Island was glamored, and da-da-da-da-da. And he's like, no, who's Lucian?
Right.
And I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
I honestly thought, I was like, oh, Lucian. And then I was like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I think that SJM does a good job of like that leading us down that path. Like, well, Lucian was looking, so it's got to be Lucian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Farah sees the names painted across the ships. Quote, the Farah, the Elaine, and leading the charge against Hybern, flying over the waves, unyielding and without an ounce of fear, the Nesta. Oh. And after everything between the sisters, after all the resentment and grief and distance, their father came back carrying their names into battle. Put one firmly in the win column, babes.
Woo!
And at this point, we desperately need it.
Do you have to say it kind of reminds me of like a deadbeat dad that like gets his kids' names tattooed on him?
Right.
Oh,
He's like, look what I did. And you're like, well,
Right.
Right.
Like one of the names is spelled wrong.
right.
But also, he did bring like reinforcements.
Yes.
So, like, he didn't just show up himself being like, I have a sword. And you're like,
Yes.
Right. You're actually not helpful here. Yeah. You cried. I might cry in my section. These are
I was, like,
emotional.
almost
This
sobbing.
is a very good battle scene. It's very well written.
Yes, because I don't normally love a battle scene, but I
love
agree.
battle scenes.
This one was
It's
good.
great.
She, like, punctuates them with these moments where you like feel something other than like,
It's
Yes.
very visual too. Like you can really picture it.
Mhm.
Chapter 72. Feyre's sisters had said that their father had left for a meeting about the crisis above the wall and had been gone for months with no word. She wonders if her father had learned of how dire things were to be and had gone to seek help, too cautious of his words falling into unfriendly hands to send a note. Suddenly, a streak of red, gold, and white sweeps from the human army towards the Hybern host, burning ships as it passes over, leaving husks behind. Vasa, a firebird, the lost queen. Also, pause. In your head, how big is this bird?
Like an albatross, like huge.
Okay,
Oh
because Allie?
no! It's
Right.
Like I think of
Like a
an
swan.
Phoenix, I think of Fox from Harry Potter,
Yeah.
like a pet, like a parrot maybe.
But I think Jamie's right because she is described as flying over these ships and they just burn to a
Yeah,
crisp
she
in
must
her wake
be-
like a dragon. Like she's enormous.
Yeah, huge. Like
Yeah.
wingspan 2 meters.
Yeah.
Like as big as the couch you're sitting on.
Yeah, I know. It's just so funny. Like in my head, she was like about the size of like a swan. Yeah.
Just a
No.
parrot.
Right. Yeah.
It's literally a
Tweet, tweet,
like
tweet,
their
tweet.
size.
Allie's like, yeah, that was in my head. So interesting. They have a chance now. A slim chance, but a chance. Rhys remarks coolly to Draken that Jurian is present, advising the prince that he fights with them when he sees the murderous rage burn in his eyes.
Because, okay, so in my chapter, it does say that like Draken and Miriam were nervous because they heard that Jurian was still mad searching for Miriam. But that's not true. He doesn't
No.
care.
No, that was his cover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Draken?
I think I said both.
I'm going to say
I think it's
Draken. I'm going to do Draken. Draken flaps his wings, but before he takes off once more, he tells Rhysand that Miriam is furious with him for not visiting in the last 300 odd years. And Rhys responds with a laugh and says, quote, "Tell that witch it goes both ways." Pause again. Is Miriam a witch?
So she's from the Blacklands,
Right.
which, okay, if we really want to go down something, like could the Blacklands be the Waste?
I thought that too.
Mhm. But they were like, it says she was like a human turned into slaves and then, but then she like became fae from something.
But I guess you're technically a human if you're a witch.
Mm,
You're not a fae.
You're a witch. You're not fae, but you're not human. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Miriam, when he says, like, tell that witch, I was like, huh? What? Are there mirrors? Feyre tells...
Witch mirrors, in fact.
Yeah. Feyre tells Rhys this is the moment she and Amryn need to leave. But before she can leave, Nesta tells them to wait, saying that they should use her as bait, that the king will come running when he senses her, and that Cassian will protect her.
I mean, she's not wrong.
No, Rhys refuses. He won't risk Cassian's life. And it's very funny because he's not like, no, you two could get hurt. He's like, I don't care about you. Cassian, my brother. And Nesta also is just like, I don't give a fuck about you either. Like, he's like, no. And she's like, you're not my High Lord. Like, they do not. They're oil and water. Cassian firmly, softly tells his High Lord that it's their turn to return the favor, repay the debt. He grins at his brother, asking him to save some of the glory for the rest of them. Rhys's voice breaks as he tries to refuse, but Cassian is adamant, as previously mentioned, Nesta.
Always.
Always. To a default. Cassian gathers the oldest Archeron sister into his arms, and then just before they fly away, Nesta asks them a favor, to tell their father 2 simple words. Thank you. And now RHYSAND gathers Feyre into his arms. I wrote fathers. RHYSAND fathers Feyre.
I mean, he doesn't. In a way, he gave her some magic when she died.
So funny.
In a way.
I just got like, RHYSAND gathers Feyre into his arms, preparing to fly her down towards the cauldron, and she tells her mate that Cassian might survive, but he shakes his head. Quote, no, he won't.
Listen, sir, I will not have you talking about my Cassian. I will fight whoever it is that I need to fight.
There are lots of fan theories that Cassian is going to die. He won't make it through the series.
And I refuse to talk about it.
Blasphemy. However, we must address it.
No.
It is part of our unpaid job with this podcast. Is this more foreshadowing for Cassian's death?
No.
We are at an impasse.
This is like
Jamie's in denial.
Brown hair. No. Again, no.
Yeah. I read it and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
You think I cry in these episodes? If Cassian dies, I won't even be able to read the book.
I'll just have to read Jamie's while you sit there crying.
When we get out here, Amarantha comes back, Cassian dies by her hand. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh my God, could we still love Amarantha then?
Worse that kills Cassian than Amarantha.
No, I think she's the big bad at the end. And we're all like, oh my God, RHYSAND. Because there's all these things in this book. They talk so much about if Amarantha came back, what would RHYSAND do? And RHYSAND says he kills him. I'm like, no, Cassian is going to throw himself in front of RHYSAND. Save RHYSAND and die.
Cassian does talk here, like, I touched on it a little, but he basically says, like, we know we don't talk about it, Rhys, but like we know what happened to a degree for those 50 years. We know what she put you through.
Yeah.
Like, let us return the debt. He also mentions RHYSAND's mom, and he says, I never got to like repay the favor for her kindness that she took him in when he was, you know, cold and shivering and had nowhere to stay. And so he says, let me do this to repay it for her, for you, for all those years.
Jamie writes her own version of ACOTAR where Cassian dies.
Facts. I can't handle it.
You know. Yeah. It'll be tough. Move on. They reach Amren and it's time.
I won't.
Jamie's like, I'm not moving him. Feyre glamours them to hide them from sight, and just before they begin to make their way towards the cauldron, our tiny ancient one has 3 words of advice for Prithian's cursebreaker. Don't look back.
Feyre.
Oh, she definitely does. And it even calls it out in this next section. And Feyre's like, well, I just got to help. And I'm like, damn it, Feyre.
Exactly.
Like, she's like,
she can't
you're
take
not the boss of me.
Anyone.
No, she can't. As soon as someone tells Feyre explicitly what, like when I, on a reread, when I read this and Amren's like, don't look back, I'm like, I know what comes next. I know. Yep.
Just slowly glances over her shoulder.
It does remind me also, Bible Watch, of the story of Lot and his wife. There's a story in the Bible of a family. I can't remember what they're fleeing. Some type of death, destruction, plague, pestilence, something. And as they are walking, I think it's an angel tells them, go this way. You're going to be okay, but don't look back. And then Lot's wife, as they're walking, is like, maybe just a peek. And she looks over her shoulder and she's turned into a pillar of salt.
I feel like there's something in Greek mythology that's that too.
Medusa?
No,
I think you're right.
It's like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm almost sure of it. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, that'll bug me now too. Chapter 73. The cauldron is located on an overlook with piles of blood and bones surrounding it, the remains of guards courtesy of Stryga. The hill is covered with commanders, happy to let their foot soldiers take the brunt of the battle as Feyre and Amren make their way up, Amren's magic flashing around them, destroying wards and spells in their path. They climb, and Feyre's body screams at the pain as her muscles strain and her fingers dig into the rock, hauling her upward. Suddenly, a beautiful, dark-haired young woman stands from behind a large rock, her bloody mouth smiling. What's up, Stryga?
I love Stryga. I do. I picture her in these scenes just like so happy, walking around like creepy. But
Yeah.
So happy.
Well, she has no
like,
eyes in her sockets. So yeah.
Yeah.
She's a freak.
And yet, like, stunningly
So
beautiful.
and just like blood dripping from her mouth.
Yes.
I'm like, this is the coolest person or thing.
Death god, goddess. The Weaver turns to a small group of nearby guards, smiles again, and leaps upon them. Amren and Feyre take advantage of the diversion and climb faster. Suddenly, Amren grabs Feyre, slamming her, she literally says, face first into the ground.
Again, Feyre with the concussion.
As boots approach above them. The King of Hybern nears as Feyre and Amren both feel Nesta's power rallying a seductive call. But Hybern's eyes are fastened on the death goddess before him. Stryga looks to him, brushes her hair over one delicate shoulder, and tells him, quote, "You may bow, king, as it was once done." Hybern approaches, and then, to Stryga, Feyre, Amren, and literally everyone else's disbelief, takes her head in his hands and snaps her neck, tossing her limp body
Like this
to the hounds.
Most unrealistic.
This is horrendous.
It's
I agree.
so bad.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. It's like, and she does say,
She doesn't even fight back. She's just like, bleh.
yeah.
All right.
Feyre does say there's like a, as she and Amren are watching, and Amren makes a sound like, like, huh? And that she thinks, well, maybe she'll be okay. Like, she's a death goddess. And then she's like literally shredded to tiny pieces by the hounds who are waiting. And she's like, well, don't think so. Like, maybe not. And like Amren is kind of like, oh yeah, well, there goes that.
In my mind, it should have, like, snapping a death god's neck should not kill them. Like, it should be like The Exorcist, where it's literally like,
Yes.
and her head, and she's like,
Yes.
refastens
back.
it, and then she's like, bam.
Bam.
Yeah.
Also, it's described that Hybern moves faster than Stryga could have. And I'm like,
Come on.
but then when what happens next, I'm like, how is this? It's just so...
I mean, if Hybern has the
hate
power
it.
of the cauldron, which then kind of in theory is the Asteri power, he would be stronger than a death god? Like, are the Asteri... I don't understand the levels.
Oh.
Like, so if Styri's the top,
Which I feel like...
Valg and death gods are second to that?
Excellent question. I think we need to face off. Clearly, Stryga's not coming out on top.
No.
But, I mean, if we get into it about who comes out on top in this section, and it is... I have questions. Hybern looks towards Nesta's beckoning magic, smiles, and winnows away. Now, the time is now. Feyre and Amren finish their climb and approach the unguarded cauldron.
Climb with a B, for anyone who was wondering.
That's right.
Not an E.
Mr. McCarr. Amren takes the Book of Breathings and tells Feyre to put her hand on the cauldron. She does, and the impact of the cauldron's magic is like being hit by a tornado. She can barely remember her own name as she faces the storm of power that rushes over her, rushes into her. But through the onslaught, she sees Amren, sees her not read, sees her shut the book and toss it behind her and give it a kick, and realizes in that moment she's been tricked. Chapter 74. Okay, before we get into this chapter, when you were reading this for the first time, what did you make of this?
I thought Amren was bad.
Yes,
You're like,
me
oh,
too.
we're fucked.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, me too. I was fully bought in, which is crazy because you spend all this time like, but because she's been described as like kind of like ancient and so powerful and like
You don't really know what she is.
and deadly, and I was like, oh yeah, no, she bad.
But she's never really sus.
Mm-mm.
It's a good
Yeah.
SJM
It
plays
would have
this
been a
well.
good twist if she ended up bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been.
I mean, look, Amren's still around. You never know. Feyre realizes she cannot pull her hand away as the cauldron's magic shreds at her, ripping her apart, and Amren quietly tells her she's sorry. And then she feels the cauldron's touch, and she's half gone. Half on that hill with her friend who had betrayed her, half now in the cauldron as it sweeps over the battlefield, racing towards Nesta. And as Feyre is dragged unwittingly along, she also sees that battlefield and realizes they are losing badly.
Oh,
She
God.
sees the Court of Dreams struggling in the mud and muck, sees RHYSAND fighting beautifully, and then stop to survey the battlefield ahead of him. Quote, "The talons came first, replacing fingers and feet. The dark scales, or perhaps feathers, I couldn't get a look at them, covered his legs, his arms, his chest, his body contorted, bones and muscles growing and shifting. The beast form Rhys had kept hidden, never liked to unleash unless it was dire enough to do so." And then Feyre sees his face transform, and she realizes that it's the face of the creatures that are carved into the Court of Nightmares. I wish everyone could see Jamie's face right there. Carved into his throne. Nothing human. A creature that dwells in the dark and only comes out to hunt at night with great wings. Is this a dragon?
A dragon shifter?
Could Rhys be a dragon shifter?
Dark scales or perhaps feathers.
Or an owl.
He's a great horned owl.
Hey,
our ornithologist friends are happy again.
I don't think he's an owl.
I wish Tess was here. Tess, is RHYSAND an owl?
Owls are cute. This does not sound cute. Or it reminds me also a little bit of a
Wyvern. I mean,
but a wyvern's not a dragon.
but like very similar.
I'm sorry, you read Fourth Wing, have you?
Well,
I'm telling Taryn that you said that he is like
a wyvern. In the Maasverse, wyverns seem similar to dragons. You
Do
disagree?
you think so?
Because the way that they're described by, like in Throne of Glass with the Witch Queens, they to me,
They're more like a bird. Like they're more
Wyvern is
bird-like.
It has a bird head, doesn't it?
No, you're thinking like a also in
Harry Potter.
well, that's a hippogriff, but
Oh my god.
look at all the like lore that we're going down. No, also Fourth Wing. They ride them. The other people who are supposed to be bad. Okay, spoilers. Fourth Wing for the next 30 seconds.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
The Venom.
Yeah.
The Venom ride them.
No, the Venom ride wyverns.
Oh.
The good guys that
What are those?
Anyway, whatever they're called, they're described as like bird head.
Well,
like
that's gonna bug me too.
Yeah. Anyway,
Hippogriffs?
wrong world.
Everyone's borrowing from everyone else. Nobody knows what the
we
truth is.
stopped when we were reading and we were talking about the Crescent City crossover and what's carved into the arch, and we were like, these sound like dragons. And so then when she's like, oh my God, this is what's carved into the arch, this is what's carved into his throne, and then the way it's described, black scales, the talons,
But there's no
flies.
dragons in any other worlds. Like for real dragons.
Crescent City has dragons, dragon shifters.
Oh yeah, that one.
The one.
No, just one.
Just
not
one.
lots. Just
Right.
one.
Did I say lots?
Well, no, but you
Yeah.
were like dragon shifters, and I was like,
A singular shifter.
and we don't know what happens to her either.
Mm.
She just is like poof.
Could she be Rhys's sister?
Was he? No, not human.
She was Fae.
Hmm.
She's Illyrian. Because Rhys's dad is not Illyrian. She's
Right.
Illyrian.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like,
We've read these books before.
we know what's going on.
Right. I'll move on. But it
We
was
do know.
it was a moment.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, then yes, it could be dragons. You're right.
So interesting. Helion joins Rhys, a golden version of the High Lord of the Night Court's beast form, and they take flight. Hybern's forces fleeing until a small, unarmed commander of Hybern steps forward. Helion settles once more into the mud, snarling at RHYSAND in a seeming order to, like, move along, I've got this. And then he faces Hybern's commander as they begin to battle, spell to spell. It's interesting, like, he's described as, like, dressed in just, like, gray clothes. He's, like, small, he has no, like, weapons, and he kind of steps forward, and he's, like, kind of smirking at them, or, like, smiling with amusement. And then Helion's like, "Aah!" And they start to battle.
It's like a wizard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the vibe. Feyre is dragged on, the cauldron narrowing onto Nesta as the dark power of Hybern also joins them. Feyre feels Nesta's power rally and then vanish as they both see Hybern holding their father in front of him as a human shield, a sword at his throat. Hybern is smirking, confident. Nesta, silent and staring. Cassian frantically looking around them for any type of help, any type of rescue. Hybern begins to berate Nesta, but she and her father ignore him, staring at one another, and it's their father who speaks first. Quote, "I loved you from the first moment I held you in my arms, and I am so sorry, Nesta, my Nesta. I am so sorry for all of it." And then Nesta, our proud, unyielding Nesta, begs. One word, please. Hybern asks, what will she give him in return? Will she give back what she took? She tells him yes. What, he asks, if he has to carve it out of her? And Papa Archeron snarls at him not to touch her. And then there is the crack, a sound so loud and final as Nesta, Feyre, and Elaine's father crumples to the ground, the light fading from his eyes.
So this is what I mean. Like, he uses the same attack to kill Papa Archeron that he does for Stryga. Like,
Yep.
the fuck?
Breaks the neck. Yeah.
Also, I wasn't very sad about this.
About him dying?
Yeah.
I was kind of like,
I was like, well, I guess that's sort of what you get.
The moment when he looks at Nesta, this is when I was writing my section that I was crying. I made it through. And he says, I loved you from the moment I met you, or I first held you in my arms, and I'm so sorry. This, like, makes me choked up because I think about my own children and the way that when you grow this life inside of you. And so I was a mother the moment I found out I was pregnant. But then when you get to meet them, and they're not just this presence in your body, but they are, because when they're inside of you, they just feel like you. And I remember that being very strange. And then when they cut the cord, because even once they come out and they're still attached to you by the cord, you are one being. Your blood flows through them, and then they cut the cord, and suddenly they are them and you are you. And looking at them, and your whole center of gravity shifts. Like, there is no, until you have experienced it, there is no way to understand how fully everything changes in that moment, in a breath, in a heartbeat. And so I remember looking at my son and then my daughter, and this, like, of course I believe in love at first sight, because look at these children. And then the idea that he had let them down so tremendously and had failed them. And, like, I think I cried for his grief and his shame in that moment and how that would feel, and for Nesta, and, like, that feeling of this person who was supposed to take care of you and be there for you, and who was not, could not, chose not to, now coming to you and asking for your forgiveness. And it was emotional. So while his death for me was not, I didn't cry for the loss of him, I cried for that interaction. The Nesta, my Nesta. I was like, oh.
In my mind, I'm just like, it's too little too late.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you really cared, you wouldn't have left in the first place, or you would have, like, pulled yourself up by the bootstraps. Like, I'm more of like, I forgive you, but not like.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder if he had lived, if that would have been the dynamic, especially between he and Feyre and he and Nesta. If it would have been like, okay, we forgive you, but also you're still not someone that we can trust. Like it takes
No,
more
I
than a
still don't
grand
want you in my
gesture.
life,
Yeah, exactly. I've heard before the idea people are fond of saying in romantic poetry or love songs or movies, "I die for you." It's so much more compelling to live for someone. And what does that mean to show up in their day-to-day life?
Way harder.
Way harder. As Feyre begins to scream, unheard and unseen, Nesta stares at her father on the ground and her power disappears. But Cassian is not done. He lurches towards Hybern, who laughs and engages with him in swordplay as Nesta kneels, steady hands closing her father's eyes. She bends and kisses his brow. Quote, "And when she lifted her head, the cauldron thrashed and roiled, for in Nesta's eyes, limbing her skin, uncut power." Yes.
I could just like, in that description, you can just like see her like on the ground, and then all of a sudden she just like looks up and she's like
transformed.
And then like it's one of those shots where
with
like
the
it's just her eyes,
yes,
and the flames burning behind her pupils, and you're like, oh.
Yes, I agree. It's a scene that
you
do, that I'm excited to see
brought to life.
Yeah, when they make a movie or a TV show.
Like it's like, and everything's just like quiet, and she just like meets the camera's gaze, and you're like, oh, she's fucking shit up.
Right. Yeah. Just as Nesta stands, Cassian screams, wings snapped, and a bone jutting from his thigh.
Oh my god.
Hybern stands over him, a hand extended over his body, and Feyre sees another bone magically snap under his power. Nesta approaches, her head angling like a predator assessing prey. She tells Hybern that she is going to kill him, and Hybern snorts and stomps on Cassian's wing. And Nesta explodes, her magic annihilating trees, shrubs, and hundreds of Hybern soldiers behind him as Hybern easily winnows away, applauding her impressive, if untrained, magic. Feyre watches in horror as Nesta's eyes return to blue-gray once more, her power spent. The oldest Archeron runs to Cassian's discarded sword, heaving it up as Cassian tries to crawl toward her, begging her to leave. Hybern disarms her in 2 moves and then backhands her across her face, taking her to the ground. Nesta rallies her magic once more and manages to blast Hybern back a few dozen feet, running to Cassian, begging him to get up, desperately trying to lift him, sobbing that he is too heavy. But Cassian cannot move. And he simply looks up at her and says softly, quote, "I have no regrets in my life, but this, that we did not have time, that I did not have time with you, Nesta." I know. You are such a romantic. Yeah, it is that. I also cried at this part where he's like, and we've talked about this part, he's like, leave, and she's like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
To me,
like,
also, it's like...
And she like lays over. Oh my
I know
God.
that, but there is no definitive answer on if they're mates or not, right? Cassian and Nesta.
I don't know. Who knows? Nobody.
All right. Never mind.
Did you have a question besides
I was
that?
gonna say, I feel like this would be like mating bonds snapping into place.
Hmm.
Right.
And then he kisses her, gently telling her he will find her again in the next world, the next life, and that they will have their time. Nesta does not run from the approaching king, but instead leans forward and covers Cassian's body with her own. Together, they will go together. Feyre is screaming at the cauldron as Hybern now stands over them, begging it to stop this, offering it any bargain it could possibly want. Quote, "The king's hand began to drop, and then a choking noise came out of him. For a moment, I thought the cauldron had answered my pleas. But as a black blade broke through the king's throat, spraying blood, I realized someone else had. Elaine stepped out of a shadow behind him and rammed Truth Teller to the hilt through the back of the king's neck as she snarled in his ear, "Don't you touch my sister."
Oh, way to go, Elaine.
Hot takes, theories, and thirst.
Put a W in Elaine's column.
Mm-hmm.
This was shocking.
This was shocking, and it reminded me so much. Spoilers for Game of Thrones.
Oh my god, I was thinking the exact same thing.
It reminded me of Arya coming in, the smallest family member, the youngest family member. I think like she's the youngest sister.
I think only that one brother was younger.
Okay. Oh, right.
One
Yes.
They're like running across
Tomlin
the field.
or whatever. Tomlin.
No, Tomlin was Cersei's kid. No?
Yeah.
The youngest? No, the one that where like, remember John goes to battle with Ramsay?
Mm-hmm.
And Ramsay's like, oh yeah, if you can make it across the battlefield.
Oh, God.
And then he starts running.
Yes.
And then I think he gets pierced with arrows or something.
Yes,
and then
horrible.
John's like, it unleashes the power of 1,000 suns.
Right. Yes.
Jon Snow.
Jon Snow. But it reminded me so much of that scene when Arya takes down the Night King, whatever they're called. What are they called? White Walker,
right?
Night King. If Wings in Ruin was published first before Game of Thrones, it feels like perhaps George R.R. Martin might have scratched that romantasy itch, as we all do from time to time, and been inspired.
Yes. Wings in Ruin was May 2nd, 2017. And then the final episode of Game of Thrones was May 19th, 2019. So 2 years.
100%. Like, this is so
dramatic.
Even
it's
like the knife
yeah.
and like from out of nowhere, and like you think there's no way it's done. Like,
I don't know what I thought would happen in this in the first time I read it. Like what I was feeling. Anxiety, I'm sure. But I don't know if I was like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
Because, like, okay, yes. Cassian has been foreshadowed to die. Perhaps if you want to buy into that. But like the girls, you're like,
they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
They gotta.
But like, you're still nervous.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay. Hot takes, theories, and thirsts.
My God.
Let's rock.
Some.
Yeah.
So Truth Teller.
Yeah.
It talks about in my section when he's like giving it to Elaine that it devours light, which would make sense if it's used to help banish the Asteri and create the portal to nothingness, which is technically like a black hole. Right. Which is devoid of light. It serves Azriel. And but then it talks about like, why would it also serve Elaine? Yes. And then it says, light and dark, the space between their bodies, a blend of the two. Dusk. Like, that's a quote from the book, like between Azriel and Elaine, the light being Elaine and the dark being Azriel, and the space in between their bodies, a blend of the two. Is that not dusk?
Interesting. So maybe they rule the Dusk Court?
Because also, and I brought this up when I was reading Crescent City, when they kill the Asteri that's in the Dusk Court in the coffin, like when she wakes up, she's like, oh, you. Right. Azriel.
Like, and recognizes him.
And like, he should serve her. So I don't know. And how did Azriel acquire Truth Teller?
I don't know that we know.
Questions. I feel like this is like maybe why Elaine and Azriel should be together. As much as it pains me to say. So it's like they're kind of opposing
forces that could come together really nicely.
Okay, so then in Rhys's speech, when I cried, he references more, and Feyre says they're like looking at Amren to offer a retort in like the nice things he says about
More.
And I'm like, why? Why would she say something back to like his kind words? Like they're like,
right.
It says on the page, like waiting for her to come back with a retort. Ellipses.
Interesting. And not just like, oh, Amren's going to be sassy Amren, because why specifically more?
Exactly.
I don't know.
More is bad. I had this as our last point, but
tell me.
Okay, so this is where I wanted to look up the Instagram. There is a handle on Instagram. Oh, great. Now it closed. I'll tell you what, ladies and gents. It's a whole thing. Okay. At Emily's Theories.
Okay.
On Instagram. She has a post recently that I was reading, and I was like, it was blowing my mind, called Where Are the Witches in Perithian? And so she goes on to talk about like witches in Throne of Glass, witches in Crescent City, but what about ACOTAR? And so then she says there's a bunch of differences between the witches and like all in the first two, but they all like are dedicated to the three-faced goddess, which we've talked about before as being the three sisters, Feyre, Nesta, and Archeron, which she also agrees with. So then she also notes that what are the witches that are in Crochan?
The Crochan witches?
Crochan witches?
Yeah.
That word in Welsh means cauldron.
No way.
I know. So then she goes on to say that Elaine would be the maiden. And so because Elaine, the blue bloods were always first in line for food, blah, 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 wyverns, all those things. Elaine went into the cauldron first.
Okay.
So she's the maiden. And just like the blue bloods in Throne of Glass, they're oracles and mystics. And Elaine is a seer.
This is crazy.
So then Nesta as the mother.
The mother?
Yep. So the mother represents black beak witches, and they are disciplined warriors. So Nesta's journey to wield her sword, so like the sword that she names that she makes with her magic.
Yes.
It aligns here because she's a warrior. And so it says, there's a quote that says, "What's her business here? Nesta gave him a secretive smile. Witchcraft." Like I think it's when she goes to the Illyrian war camp.
Oh, and she's like kind of spooking him, and she like
yeah. Okay, and then Braylin as the crone. So she went into the cauldron last and turned into an elderly woman.
But I thought we were saying the three sisters as
no, I lied. This is the queen.
And so then Feyre is separate.
Yeah, and Braylin went into the cauldron last and returned an elderly woman, the crone. Just like the Yellow Legs witches, Braylin's cruelty positioned her as one of the main antagonists in A Court of Silver Flames.
Interesting.
And then more as a Crochan witch, because they wear the red capes. Because remember, Man and Sister?
Yes.
And Moore's color is red. Like witches, Moore gained her power after her first bleeding. Witches have an innate call to the wind. And then it says Moore's blood calls for her to go on the wind. Cochrane witches can be wise women. Moore has the power of truth. They are associated with the color red, as is Moore. We witness punishments to witches' stomachs, if you think of Astrid, just like Moore endured with iron nails in her stomach.
From Eris's family.
They are also said to be particularly beautiful. So it also says that Cochrane witches have Valg ancestry, but that it's not entirely out of the question given Moore's connection to the Hewn City and the Night Court, and theories how some inhabitants resemble the Valg. including Rhys.
Okay, and this whole like the Valg thing, and maybe Rhys being a demon, like, or a prince of hell, I have also seen.
So then it says, witches amass power beyond their natural reserves, which is what Moore answered. Like in a quote, they use spells and archaic tools to harness more power to them than the cauldron allotted, and use it for whatever they desire, good or ill. So technically, many female Maasverse characters fit this definition. Feyre, when she's given power by the High Lords, Nesta, when made and when using the Trove, Elaine, when made and her potential to use the Trove, Gwyn, when powered by the Cauldron's foot, and then potentially all priestesses when accessing power via the Invoking Stone.
So maybe they're just called something different. It's a rebranding in Prythian of witches.
And Bryce, when siphoning power from the gates of Lunatheon? Anyways, this Emily's stories, you blew my mind.
That is so good.
And it's like, so it goes into more than what I said, but it's like, as I was scrolling through, I was like, what? Like,
yes.
I don't know. Because she is right too. Like, there isn't witches in Prythian. Why?
That's why.
That are like a coven or whatever.
Yeah. And anytime there's a mention of a witch in Prythian, it's like there's like a bit of a to-do around it. Like Nesta being called a witch is like, like whatever. And when Nesta asks more, she doesn't even ask more. She asks like the group, and Moore is the one who's suddenly, and she's described as like suddenly quite earnest or quite serious talking about witches. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot.
I know.
That was so good.
At Emily's series.
Oh my gosh. I'm thinking about that all night.
I know. And then it does say in these chapters that Hybern trained Amarantha in spells, but her spell book was Amarantha's spell book. This made no sense to me.
Maybe like it was one of those things where the pupil overcame the master. So he started to train her, and then she like took off and created her own spell book because she was so talented.
Without the cauldron, is Hybern even anything? Like, no, right?
No, he's boring.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Even with the cauldron, meh.
Feyre's bargain tattoo down her spine is the phases of a moon with a star in the middle. This seems to mean it has to be something, because that's
like Starborn.
I don't know, because that's with her tattoo with the bone carver. I don't know.
I have often thought that the like tattoos that show up, like, are they not symbolic in some way? They seem random.
Because I don't know. They're just like the moon phases, something with like the night court, it would feel that way, or like, Valaris, and then with a star in the middle. And then you think about like the three mountains.
I was thinking that too, the stars. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
We don't know a lot of things, but it is
clearly
interesting.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I was thinking, just as we were having these chapters, is, okay, so the horn, we know that the Book of Breathings ends up in Jessiba's library.
Somehow.
Or her, whatever.
Gallery.
Archive, gallery, whatever it is. And that the horn ends up in Crescent City as well. Could someone from Prythian have taken the horn and the Book of Breathings, used it to go to Crescent City? And that's why they're both there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the horn originated with the rest of the Dead Trove items that were created in Prythian. So it has to be something like that. Who, though?
That's the question. And why?
Who and why, indeed.
And when?
It has to be something with the witches.
And what and where and how.
Because like the Asteri wouldn't have given up the horn if they like took it and like, because they have the power to go through worlds anyways.
I don't know.
And then what about Truth Teller? Because it also says the Truth Teller has runes on it, on its handle. And runes are like the symbols that are on word keys and on the portals in Crescent City.
Yeah.
So like, Why? I have
So
many
that's
questions.
a Throne of Glass tie-in.
I have so many questions.
I know.
And so few answers.
And
folks.
so few answers.
In fact, I have no answers.
Miss Sarah Janet Maas, we're just over here spinning our wheels.
I know.
Give a girl a bone.
I know. I really need the new books to like put some theories to bed.
Yeah. I so worry that this will be like lost and that will like.
Right. We're just, everyone's like she said, just reading too much into things.
Yes. And then you're like, no.
But there has to be more crossover. Like, you can't just put that in Crescent City and then be like, well, I guess we won't talk about this ever again. And
right.
It's like,
uh-huh. Yeah.
What?
I agree.
Okay.
Should we wrap?
Yep. We have reached the final stretch, and absolutely nobody is emotionally equipped for what's coming next.
The finale.
The war has chewed through every last ounce of control. People are making decisions with their hearts fully overriding common sense. And somehow the stakes keep getting worse. Every chapter feels like whiplash, and SJM wouldn't have it any other way.
The last episode of this book is giving final stands, impossible choices, and enough physical and emotional carnage to require a recovery period. The battlefield is packed. The tension is unbearable. And babes, some of these moments are about to alter our brain chemistry permanently.
Ugh. On that note, we want to hear from you as we continue to build this little corner of our world and fall in love with fabulous folklore, fantastical worlds, and fine males and men. Follow A Court of Books and Babes Pod on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and while you're at it, click the subscribe button. Lastly, you can show us a little love by taking 5 minutes to rate and review our podcast on Apple or Spotify and share it with all the babes in your life.
Until next time, stay bookish, babes.